Mystery at U Blind Frog Ranch. Far off the beaten track lies a place called Blind Frog Ranch, a name that evokes hallucination or myth more than geology. Rumors swirl about sounds that defy explanation, lights in the night that dance without source, shapes seen just at the periphery of vision. Locals speak of deep tunnels they cannot map, of stones that never warm, of vibrations that seem to draw all motion toward an unseen center. The theories are many: a lost mine, alien machinery, perhaps a portal. And then there is the whisper. Inside the ground lies something like a black hole. Black hole in everyday speech conjures image of astrophysics, stellar collapse, singularity, event horizon. How could such cosmic phenomena possibly exist here, among granite and soil? Yet the human imagination weaves connections between unexplained mysteries and the cosmic, between the darkness beneath our feet and the dark sky overhead. What is a black hole? Really, practically speaking, a black hole is a region of space-time where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. Around it lies an event horizon. Once crossed, return is impossible. These are measured in masses of suns, with densities so extreme that ordinary matter is crushed into singularity, or whatever theory replaces that in quantum gravity. Standard black holes form from massive stars collapsing. They lie in the deep cosmos. None naturally form inside mountains. The idea of a stable astrophysical black hole embedded within Earth, at least one of any significant mass, is inconsistent with physics as we understand it. The gravitational influence alone would tear the mountain apart, or cause catastrophic disturbances well beyond what is observed. The impossibility writ in stone if a black hole the size of a mountain, or even smaller, were inside a mountain on Earth, its gravitational pull would be unmistakable. Tides, crustal deformation, seismic activity, any disturbance would be huge. Satellites orbiting Earth would detect mass anomalies. Local gravity measurements would deviate. Rocks would fall inward. Everything would collapse toward the center. The mountain would likely self-destruct. Moreover, black holes evaporate via Hawking radiation, but for astrophysical-sized holes, this process is negligible over cosmic timescales. Microscopic black holes, if they existed, would radiate away quickly unless sustained by unknown physics. To remain inside a mountain, a black hole would need mass, or else would disappear. The Blind Frog Ranch. Myth or measurement? Returning to Blind Frog Ranch. What are the real, measurable anomalies? Reports describe strange seismic hums, odd readings on gravimeters, if any, small depressions in rock layers. No known experiment has shown mass missing, nor has any piece of Earth vanished. There are tunnels and caverns, common in mountains. There are cooler than expected cavities where air circulation is poor, where cold rock sucks heat away. There is darkness. People who venture deep into the caves sometimes report whispers, sounds that hang in the air without clear echo, or strain to identify source. Some feel energy, as though being drawn. But sensory deception is real. Echoes and infrasound can fool the mind. Cool air can make skin tingle. Geomagnetic anomalies produce disorientation. Finding no speech direct, the phrase echoes. Voices missing where they should be, direct speech absent, explanation withheld. It could be a title, a channel, an investigative venture. It suggests that those looking for answers hear no confession, see no blueprint, get no confession of a hidden black hole. Only silence. Only mystery. It might be those who ask, where is the source? Who built the tunnels? What force is there? They hear legends, but no data. and scientific instruments do not report singularities. They report nothing like the mass density of even a neutron star. The community hears stories, carries skepticism, wants measurements. Between science and stories of black holes inside mountains sit at the convergence of folklore and physics. Mountains are powerful symbols, repositories of mystery. Deep inside, pitch dark, there is the unknown. Sound gets swallowed. One's footsteps echo, but one cannot see far ahead. A cave can feel bottomless. A shaft can feel like descent into oblivion. In the absence of light, the imagination carries us toward the idea of a darkness that swallows all. And science, when confronted with absence, with lack of affirmative data, pauses. It demands measurement. Gravimeters, seismographs, magnetic field sensors, ground-penetrating radar, tools to explore beneath the stone. But what has been measured at a place like Blind Frog Ranch? Some odd readings here and there, thermal anomalies, unaccounted for hollow spaces, weird acoustics, but nothing that matches even the shadow of a black hole. Yet, even if a black hole does not reside under Blind Frog Ranch, the idea has poetic weight. Mountains, after all, are ancient. Their inside is hidden. Time presses in upon them. Granite endures, yet splits. Pressure builds deep. Water flows unseen. The geology is incomprehensible in scale. Like stars. Like black holes. Gravity shapes both. It crushes a star's core, shapes mountains, folds rock. In quantum gravity speculations, some have asked, could a microscopic black hole be trapped in matter? Could such a micro-object accrete slowly, hidden small? So far, no evidence for microscopic black holes inside Earth's crust. If they exist, they evaporate. If stable, they'd wreak havoc or be so tiny as to be insignificant. Imagine if a tiny artificial black hole had been created underground long ago, by unknown civilization or by accident. It was stabilized by exotic matter. It has just enough mass to avoid rapid evaporation, but so little that its gravitational pull is almost imperceptible. That object sits in a deep chamber, surrounded by soapstone and damp earth. It draws inward microscopic particles, moisture, dust, gas. It gives off Hawking radiation, but so faint, so negligible, that no sensor designed for usual noise picks it up. Over centuries, enough matter accumulates to cause subtle side effects. Slight heating of surrounding rock, tiny vibrations as particles cross the event horizon. Occasionally, heat radiates outward in strange patterns. Locals feel small tremors. When they drop something heavy near a crevice, the echo seems swallowed. Light from down the shaft fades in unusual way. They tell of voices swallowed. Would that be enough to conclude a black hole? Probably not, because alternate explanations, faults, gas, water, fit, and because the physics required to sustain such an object on Earth is presently speculative at best. The fear and the wonder mysteries hold power because they lie between knowing and unknowing. We stand at the threshold inside Blind Frog Ranch. Darkness all around, history beneath our feet. The mountain does not tell its story. It lets us imagine. Some speak of black holes because they sense the impossible, something so dense, so opposite of light, pulling everything inward. There is fear here of emptiness. There is also wonder of scale. The idea that huge forces, ones that govern stars and galaxies, might somehow echo in a mountain in the American West, if Blind Frog Ranch is located there, is thrilling. It demands we look more closely at our planet, at the strange, at what hides beneath familiar surfaces. Conclusion. There is no evidence yet logic, science, and observation converge on one current answer. No, there is not a black hole inside a mountain. Not in any confirmed sense. All observed anomalies at Blind Frog Ranch, or places like it, can be explained by geology, physics of rock, sound, magnetism, water. No event horizon, no singularity, no swallowed matter. Finding no speech direct thus becomes fitting. The mountain speaks, but not in words. It speaks through echoes, temperature shifts, acoustic hums, invisible air currents. But it offers no declaration, I am a black hole. The speech is missing. The direct admission is silent. Why the story endures stories like this persist, because they map human longing. To find the extraordinary in the ordinary, to peer past stone and flesh into the core of things. They ask, what lies hidden in the dark, within bedrock, within ourselves? They illuminate the boundary between myth and measurement, between fear and curiosity. Blind Frog Ranch, real or partly legendary, stands as a symbol of the unknown frontier, not in space, but in the earth, and the quest to find no speech direct, to uncover truth hidden beneath layers of stone, sound, memory, is a quest as old as human consciousness. In the end, mountains are heavy, gravity holds them firm. Black holes are cosmic. Their creation demands collapse beyond what Earth naturally produces. There is beauty in imagining one inside a mountain, but also clarity in knowing that our science, our senses, our instruments do not yield that conclusion, at least not yet. The mystery of Blind Frog Ranch remains. The strange breathings in caverns, the hush in echo chambers, the way sound falls off as though swallowed. These are real in impression, but real in fact. Without extraordinary evidence, one must assume the ordinary: geology, air, rock, crack, void.